umaga mga batang mandunong at sa ating mga home learning partners. Welcome back to Project SOAR, series of online academic review of mathematics CLAID learning module. I am Ma'am Jessa, a teacher from Andres Bonifacio Integrated School, and I will be your moderator for this week. Bago tayo magsimula sa ating pag-advance lesson, inaanyayahan ko man lahat na i-share ang live video na ito. Huwag din kakalimutang i-like ang aming official Facebook page, Math Team, Mathematics Teachers Association of Mandaluyong, at mag-subscribe sa aming official YouTube channel, MTM Channel. Kanina ay nag-advance lesson tayo para sa Quarter 2, Week 3 ng Grade 7 at Grade 8. Ngayon naman, tunghayan natin ang pag-advance lesson para sa ikatlong linggo ng Grade 9 Mathematics. Now, to introduce to you our Grade 9 reviewer, she graduated with Bachelor of Science in Teaching Mathematics at Western Visayas College of Science and Technology. She also earned 18 units of postgraduate studies, taking up Master of Arts in Mathematics Education in Rizal Technological University. She is also a Grade 9 MTAP trainer for 3 years. Mga batang mandunong, let us all welcome Mrs. Lea V. Kimora.
A pleasant day, parents, teachers, and learners. Welcome to our Project SOAR, series of online academic review of Mathematics CLAID learning modules. I am Ma'am Lea B. Kimora, a teacher from Andres Bonifacio Integrated School, and I will be your reviewer for the third week, Grade 9 Mathematics. Kaya tara na, umpisahan na natin!
Let's have a refresher for Mathematics 9, CLAID Modules, Week 3. The topic to be reviewed is about applying the laws involving positive integral exponents to 0 and negative integral exponents. Okay, let's have the definition of exponents. Comes from the Latin word expo, means out of, and ponere, meaning place. First appeared in a 1544 book, Arithmetic Integra by German mathematician Michael Stiefel. Okay, let's have the power 5 raised to 3. 5 there is the base and 3 is the exponent. So, exponent is located in the upper right hand of the base. So, example, 125 equals to 5 raised to 3. This means that 5 raised to 3 is the exponential form of a number 125. 5 raised to 3 means 3 factors of 5, or can be written 5 times 5 times 5. So, in simplifying 5 times 5, that is 25, times 5, that is 125. Okay, the first loss of exponent is the zero exponent. Any number raised to 0 is always equal to 1. So, the base there is a, and the exponent is 0. Remember that this exponent tells how many times the base being multiplied by itself. So, here, the zero exponent, any number or any base raised to 0 equals to 1. So, we have examples in zero exponent. Number 1, m raised to 0, that is 1. So, understood already that any base or any number raised to 0 is 1. Number 2, 2, m raised to 0. So, the only base having exponent of 0 is m. So, bring down 2, then m raised to 0 is 1. 2 times 1 is equals to 2. Number 3, 2 raised to 0, m raised to 0. So, we have two bases raised into 0 exponent. 2 raised to 0 is 1, m raised to 0 is 1. 1 times 1 is equals to 1. Okay, the next is negative exponent. If n is a positive integer, And if a is a non-zero real number, so a raised to negative n is equals to 1 over a raised to n. Dito, ang negative exponent, gagawin nating positive exponent. So, in fractional form na siya. Okay, example number 1, m raised to negative 2. So, since negative, ang exponent, gagawin natin siyang positive, magiging fraction siya. So, based in our negative exponent, magiging 1 over m squared. Number 2, 2m raised to negative 2. Ang base lang na m ang merong negative exponent, na negative 2. So, yun lang ang gagawin nating positive. So, let's bring down 2. Doon na siya sa numerator. And then, ang m raised to negative 2, doon na natin siya ilalagay sa denominator. So, the answer will be 2 over m squared. Number 3, 2 over 5 b raised to negative 4. So, ang meron na tayong negative na exponent, yung meron sa denominator na b raised to negative 4. So, this time, nasa denominator siya, iakyat natin siya doon sa numerator para maging positive ang kanyang exponent. So, bring down natin yung 2 and then b raised to 4 over 5. Exponent is the positive integral exponent. Dito, napapalooban ito ng product law, power law, and quotient law. Positive integral exponent, if a and b are real numbers and m and n are positive integers, then gagamitan natin siya ngayon ng product law. In product law, when multiplying two powers with the same base, just add the exponent. So, pag nag-multiply daw tayo ng parehas na base, kopyahin lang natin ang base, and then, i-plus natin ang exponents. So, a raised to m times a raised to n is equals to a, m plus n. Okay, example number 1. X squared times x raised to 4. So, nagmo-multiply tayo ng parehas ng base, which is x. So, bring down x. Then, add tayo ng kanyang exponents na 2 plus 4. That is equals to 6. So, the answer is x raised to 6. Number 2. Example. 2 squared times 2 cubed. This time, the base is a number. Okay. So, just copy 2 because we are multiplying same bases. Then, add 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Simplify natin ang 2 raised to 5. So, magiging 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Then, 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2 is 8. Times 2 is 16. Times 2 is 32. Number 3, a cubed b squared times a raised to 5c. Okay, so number 3, kung mapapansin nyo, ang may parehas lang na base na may multiply tayo ay a. So, bring down natin si a. I-plus natin ang exponent niya na 3 plus 5. Tapos, i-bring down na lang natin si b squared kasi wala naman na mag-multiply dun sa pangalawa. And then, i-bring down din natin si c kasi walang na-multiply doon sa unahan. Okay. So, a raised to 3 plus 5 is a raised to 8. Then, bring down b squared c. The answer is a raised to 8 b squared c. Okay, power law na tayo. To simplify any power of a power, simply multiply the exponent. Okay, so a raised to m times exponent to n. So, copy the base and then multiply the two exponents. So, m times n. Or, In fractional naman, A over B raised to M. Ang gagawin sa M na exponent, i-distribute natin sa numerator at sa denominator. So, magiging A raised to M over B raised to M. Okay, let's have an example in a power law. Number 1, quantity of x raised to 4 raised to 3. So, we're going to multiply the exponents, the 4 and the 3. So, bring down x, the base. 4 times 3 is 12. So, the answer is x raised to 12. Number 2, the quantity of 2m squared raised to 3. So, dito sa number 2, meron tayong dalawang base, ang 2 at m. So, dun sa 2, wala ka na makita exponent. So, kapag wala nakita exponent, ang exponent lagi ay 1. So, i-multiply natin ang 1 na exponent doon sa 3. So, magiging 2 raised to 1 times 3, that is 2 cubed. Then, m squared. Ang 2, multiplyan natin na exponent doon sa 3. So, magiging 2 times 3, magiging m raised to 6. So, 2 cubed, m raised to 6. Pero kasi, ang base natin dito is a number dun sa 2 cube. So, i-simplify natin. So, magiging ano siya? 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2 is 8. So, magiging 8m raised to 6. Okay, number 3. Quantity of a raised to 5 b squared raised to negative 3. So, ang negative 3, i-multiply natin doon sa exponent na 5 ng base A, tsaka ng 2 ng base B. So, bring down A, 5 times negative 3. Bring down B, 2 na exponent times natin sa negative 3. So, magiging A raised to negative 15 and B raised to negative 6. Ngayon, nasa negative exponent yan. Ang exponent ng A at B. Gagawin natin siyang positive exponent. So, balikan natin sa negative exponent. Kapag negative, magiging positive into a fractional form. So, magiging 1 over A raised to 15, B raised to 6. Okay, number 4 example, the quantity of 2m raised to 5 raised to 0. So, i-distribute natin yung 0. So, ang base na 2, may exponent na 1. So, 1 times 0 dun sa exponent. Then, m raised to 5 times 0 exponent. So, 2 raised to 1 times 0 is 0. Then, m, 5 times 0, that is 0 also. So, 2 raised to 0 is 1. Then, m raised to 0 is 1. So, 1 times 1 is 1. Pero kung i-shortcut natin, since naka-quantity naman to, tapos in an exponential form na 0 pa din, that is equals to 1. Balikan lang natin yung 0 exponent na any base or any number raised to 0, that is equals to 1. Okay. Number 5. The quantity of 5b over c squared raised to 3. So, ang exponent na 3, distribute natin sa mga bases. So, 5, ang exponent nun ay 1. B, exponent nun ay 1 also. So, 1 times 3, yung exponent ng 5. Then, B, 1 times 3 also. Over, ang C, exponent nun ay 2. Then, times natin sa 3 na exponent din. So, bring down 5. 1 times 3 is 3. Exponent na ng 5 ay 3. Then B, 1 times 3, that is 3. So, B raised to 3 over C ang base. 2 times 3 is 6. So, 5 cubed, B cubed over C raised to 6. Pero ang 5 cubed kasi kailangan natin i-simplify. So, magiging 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Times 5, 125. Bring down natin si b cubed over c raised to 6. Okay, the last law, which is the quotient law. When dividing two powers with the same base, just subtract the exponent. So here, the base is a raised to m over the base here is a also raised to n. So kapag the same base, di-divide tayo, ima-minus lang natin ang exponent. So magiging a raised to m minus n. Okay, examples in Quotient Law. Number 1, 5 raised to 6 over 5 squared. So, since parehas lang ang base na dinidivide natin, bring down natin si 5 na base, and then, isubtract natin ang kanilang exponents. So, 6 minus 2, that is 4. So, that is already in 5 raised to 4. But we are going to simplify 5 raised to 4. Magiging 5 times 5, 25, times 5, 125, times 5 equals 625. Kasi apat na beses natin i-multiply si 5. Okay, number 2. 4x raised to 6y squared over 2x squared y. Dito, pwede na natin i-divide si 4 at si 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then, x raised to 6 and then x squared. Okay, minus lang natin ang exponent ng parehas na base. So, bring down x tayo. So, 6 minus 2. Then, y. 2 minus 1. Kasi, ang exponent dito ng y sa denominator is 1. So, bring down 2. Then, x na base. 6 minus 2 is 4. Then, y na base. 2 minus 1 is 1. Huwag na natin ilagay ang exponent na 1. Kasi, di ba, kapag walang exponent, that is always 1 ang kanyang exponent. Okay, number 3 example. 5y squared over 10y raised to 10. Okay, ngayon naman, ang 5, i-divide na natin ng 10. Pero, ang gawin natin dyan, hanap tayo ng kanilang GCF, the greatest common factor. Kung anong greatest common factor, i-divide natin doon sa dalawang number ng 5 and 10. Diba? Ang GCF nila ay 5. So, 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So, meron ka ng 1/2. O pwede din i-cancel mo sila. 5 and 10 can be cancelled out. So, magiging 1/2 siya. And then, y squared divided by y raised to 10. So, magiging y, ang 2 minus 10 na ngayon sa exponent. So, bring down 1/2 natin muna yan. Okay, ang base natin na y, i-bring down din natin. So, 2 minus 10 is negative 8. So, since dito ay may negative 8 na exponent, ang gagawin natin ngayon, gagawin natin positive. Balik tayo doon sa negative exponent. So, kapag negative exponent, pag nasa numerator, ilalagay natin siya sa denominator. So, the result now is, bring down mo lang yung 1 over, yung 2, bring down mo dito. And then, y raised to 8. Okay, let's summarize now. The exponents or power of a number tells how many times to use the number in multiplication. The laws of exponents are a raised to 0 is equals to 1. That is the 0 exponent. So, dito, any base or any number raised to 0 that is equals to 1. A raised to negative n is equals to 1 over a raised to n. This is the negative exponent. Dito, negative exponent, gagawin natin positive exponent. Kapag nasa numerator ang negative exponent, ilalagay natin siya sa denominator. Pero kapag ang exponent ay nasa denominator na negative exponent, itataas natin siya dun sa numerator. Okay, a raised to m times a raised to n is equals to a raised to m plus n. That is the product rule. Kapag nag-multiply tayo ng parehas na base, kopyahin lang natin ang base. Tapos, i-plus natin ang kanilang exponents. Okay, next. A raised to m raised to n is equals to a raised to m times n. That is the power rule. So, ang dalawang exponent dito, i-multiply lang natin. Okay. Next is AB raised to m is equals to A raised to m, B raised to n. That is the power of a product. So, ang exponent natin, i-distribute natin doon sa dalawang bases, which is A and B. So, the last one, A raised to m divided by A raised to n is equals to A raised to m minus n. That is the quotient rule. Pag nagdi-divide tayo ng parehas na base, isubtract lang natin ang kanilang exponents.
Thank you for listening. Feel free to send a message to our official page, Math Team, Mandaluyong Teachers of Mathematics, or send a message to your math teachers. This is Ma'am Lea Bikimora saying, Math-sayang Math-aral, tayo ng Math-tuto. Bye-bye!